Hello. So today we are going to be reading the incomplete Sutra of Manichaeism, which I had already previously read in an entire video, but that video did not pick up any of my microphone, and it was very sad. It was very, very sad. So I'm going to be reading this in parts this time because that was a 40-minute video, and that is 40 minutes of my life that was wasted because OBS decided not to pick up my microphone. Anyway, without further ado, I will be reading the first part of this. If one does not encounter the conditions, there is no way to attain liberation. Seeking liberation, one must seek to understand whether the physical body is of one nature or two. All the saints who appeared in the world skillfully employed expedient means to save sentient beings, enabling them to understand their inherent wisdom, escape from suffering, and attain ultimate peace and happiness. When asked about this, the Buddha responded with great reverence, saying, "Well done, well done. You have asked such profound and secret teachings. Now you are the great spiritual guide for all the blind and deluded sentient beings in the world. I will explain and clarify it for you so that your doubts and entanglements may be permanently dispelled. Know that before the establishment of the world, the two luminous beings, Pure Wind and Good Mother, entered the realm of darkness and ignorance, extracting and raising the extraordinary wisdom of the great intelligence, the luminous body. They guided and advanced them, freeing them from the 5 dark realms, the 5 types of demons stuck in the luminous body, like flies stuck to honey, birds trapped by glue, and fish swallowing hooks. Based on this principle, Pure Wind and Good Mother, along with the demons and the luminous body, combined their forces to create the 10 heavens and the 8 lands of the world. This world is both the healing hall of the luminous body and the prison for the dark demons. Pure Wind, Good Mother, and others employed skillful means to establish the 10 heavens, as well as the realms of the sun, moon, and the 8 lower lands. They also established the 3 garments, 3 wheels, 3 calamities, the iron enclosure, the 4 courtyards, Mount Jufushan, and other small mountains, the great sea, rivers, and more. In this way, they built the world and confined the 5 types of demons, imprisoning them with the 13 luminous powers. They bound the 13 powerful ones who possessed great courage. First, Pure Wind had 5 sons, the 5 luminous ones, and Hulu Huan, and others who were also like prisoners in jail. The 5 types of demons were like prison inmates, and Pure Wind's 5 sons were like the prison guards, obeying their commands and responding to their instructions. Among them, the 13th, Haluhuan, was like the warden. When the greedy demons saw that this had happened, they aroused evil intentions in their poisonous hearts and devised wicked plans. They instructed Lu and Yeluo to transform themselves into Pure Wind and Good Mother, respectively, and created human bodies. They imprisoned and confined the luminous nature within them, creating small worlds. Similarly, they confined the luminous nature within the flesh bodies and made them into small worlds. Although these flesh bodies were small, each one encompassed the entire world. The heavens, the earth, the world, the wheel of karma, the stars, the calamities, the boundaries, the great sea, the rivers, the dry and wet lands, the plants, the birds and animals, the mountains and rivers, the hills and mounds, the seasons of spring, summer, autumn, and winter, the years, months, days, and even what is obstructive and unobstructive. There is not a single phenomenon that does not resemble the world. This can be likened to an expert goldsmith who touches an elephant's body and marks the inside of a ring. The mark on the ring does not increase or decrease the size of the elephant's body. Similarly, the human world is also like this. Pure Wind took the 5 types of demons and imprisoned them in the 13 luminous bodies, confining and binding them, not allowing them to be free. When the demons saw this, they harbored greedy and poisonous hearts, imprisoning the 5 luminous natures within the flesh bodies, creating small worlds. Similarly, using the 13 powers of ignorance and darkness, they imprisoned and bound them, not allowing them to be free. The greedy demons used the pure and clear energy to imprison them in the bone fortress, establishing dark forms and planting dead trees. They used the subtle wind to imprison them in the sinew fortress, establishing dark mines and planting dead trees. They used the luminous power to imprison them in the vein fortress, establishing dark thoughts and planting dead trees. They used the subtle water to imprison them in the flesh fortress, establishing dark reflections and planting dead trees. They used the subtle fire to imprison them in the skin fortress, establishing dark intentions and planting dead trees. The greedy demons planted these 5 poisonous dead trees in 5 types of destructive areas. They cause confusion and delusion of the luminous original nature, pulling out the guest nature and transforming it into poisonous fruit. These dark trees grow in the bone fortress, and their fruits are animosity. These dark trees grow in the sinew fortress, and their fruits are anger. These dark trees grow in the vein fortress, and their fruits are lust. These dark trees grow in the flesh fortress, and their fruits are hatred. These dark trees grow in the skin fortress, and their fruits are resentment and foolishness. Thus, these five, namely bones, tendons, veins, flesh, and skin, serve as the prison to confine the fivefold body, just like the five luminous bodies imprisoning the various types of demons. Moreover, with animosity, hatred, lust, anger, and ignorance as the prison guards, they confine the luminous nature in the bone prison, allowing the pure air to be liberated. Then they confine anger in the tendon prison, allowing the pure and wonderful wind to be liberated. They also suppress lust in the vein prison, allowing the luminous power to be liberated. They suppress anger in the flesh prison, allowing the wonderful water to be liberated. They suppress ignorance in the skin prison, allowing the wonderful fire to be liberated. The two demons of desire and greed are confined in the middle, while the hungry and poisonous fire is allowed to roam freely. Just as a goldsmith uses fire to refine gold, if there is no fire, the refinement cannot be completed. Likewise, the compassionate messenger uses the hungry fire within the virtuous body for great benefit. The five luminous powers reside in harmony, and due to the virtuous person, they are weighed and differentiated. Thus, this fleshly body is also known as the former person, consisting of bones, tendons, veins, flesh, and skin, animosity, anger, lust, hatred, and foolishness, as well as desire, greed, and lust. These 13 together constitute one body, resembling the beginningless realm of ignorance. The second dark night represents the poisonous and evil thoughts of desire demons. These include foolishness, lust, self-praise, causing confusion in others, anger, distrust, destruction, dissolution, death, deception, delusion, and reversal, along with various dark characteristics. This fearful darkness of ignorance and night consists of 12 dark periods. With this understanding, the wise and intelligent one skillfully uses the virtuous means to save the luminous nature through this fleshly body, allowing it to attain liberation. Within these 5 physical elements, 5 practices of giving are manifested, nourishing the luminous nature. First, compassion is manifested from the luminous appearance, along with the pure air. Then, completeness is manifested from the luminous mind, along with the luminous power. Moreover, patience is manifested from the luminous thought, along with the pure water. Wisdom is manifested from the luminous intention, along with the pure fire. Callous deeds and loving kindness are manifested from the speech store, along with wisdom. These 7 qualities of air, wind, water, fire, compassion, sincerity, completeness, patience, wisdom, and callous deeds and loving kindness, along with the wise and intelligent one, constitute 13, resembling a pure and luminous world. The wise one's teachings and practices, just like the sun, illuminate the world. The second day represents wisdom, where the 12 great kings are transformed by wisdom into the perfect sun, completing the cycle of remembrance. The third day represents the 7 original Maharajas, who enter the bodies of virtuous teachers and monks, receiving the 5 acts of giving and attaining the 12 periods of completion, resembling the sun. Then they become like Purvatapani, with great power and remembrance. These 3 days and 2 nights, as well as the virtuous teachers, monks, and even practitioners, all possess the remembrance of the 2 realms. Sometimes the former person engages in battles with the new wise person, just as the initial desire demons attempt to invade the luminous realm. As for the new wise person, they emerge from within the former person's dark poisonous realm, manifesting various demons and engaging in physical battles with the new person. If the new person does not guard against remembrance, forgetting the luminous appearance, then there will be no remembrance. In their actions, there is no compassion, and encountering circumstances gives rise to resentment, which pollutes the luminous nature and pure appearance, residing within the guest's nature, causing damage. However, if one guards against and remains aware of remembrance, expelling animosity and cultivating compassion, and the luminous nature and appearance will be restored, residing within the guest's nature and free from various peril and danger, joyful and exuberant, offer thanks and depart. Sometimes the new person forgets and loses remembrance, when various demons manifest within their dark mind, engaging in battles with the new person's mind. The new person encounters great trials in their actions. There is no sincerity, and encountering circumstances gives rise to anger, polluting the luminous nature and residing within the guest nature. If they remember and do not forget and remain aware, anger retreats and sincerity remains as before, residing within the guest nature, free from all afflictions and reaching the original realm. Sometimes, within their ignorant thoughts, various demons manifest, engaging in battles with the new person's thoughts. If the new person forgets their original thoughts, they will experience remembrance. In their actions, there is often foolishness and ignorance, and both the guest and host natures become polluted. If they remember and do not forget and become aware when foolishness arises, they can quickly subdue it through diligent effort, attaining wisdom. Residing within the guest nature, they attain purity, and the luminous nature of the mind remains clear and untainted. These 5 types engage in intense battles. The new person and the former person sometimes face a powerful force. The new person safeguards against enemies, resembling a great world. The remembrances of the wise are depicted in compassion, and they hold the position of the wise messengers. They are sincere, resembling the 10 great kings. They possess completeness, resembling the conquerors of demons. They practice patience, resembling the luminous natures of Ksit Garbha. They possess wisdom, resembling the messengers who accelerate the luminous nature. This is the reason why past sages and current teachers have explained it in this way. For those who renounce the world, it is not a hindrance to engage in battles with the physical body, as it is unobstructed. The poisonous nature of the demons engages in battles with one another. The renunciant teachers who maintain purity are similar to the wise messengers. Why is this so? It is because they subdue demonic enemies, just like the saints. Sometimes the armies of the former person retreat and are defeated, while the wise messengers wander freely, with the Dharma body calm and peaceful. The new person enters limitless worlds, like the 5 realms, and enters the pure and subtle city. They establish the Dharma seat in the precious palace and reside within it. They enter the city of thoughts, and it is the same. They go through each one. When the wise messengers travel through the city of appearance, it should be understood that the true Dharma they expound is all subtle and pleasant. They joyfully expound the great luminous realm, the 3 constants, and the 5 great powers. Then they specialize in compassion and the teachings. When they travel through the city of thoughts, it should be understood that the wise messengers joyfully expound the great form of Vairocana, silently, with great power. Then they specialize in completeness in the teachings. When they travel through the city of mind, it should be understood that the wise messengers joyfully expound the 5 luminous powers, manifesting great powers. Then they specialize in patience in the teachings. When they travel through the city of intention, it should be understood that the wise messengers joyfully expound the messengers of the past, present, and future, manifesting great powers, invisibly and effortlessly. Then they specialize in wisdom in the teachings. Therefore, the wise ones observe and recognize the wise messengers, knowing where they abide. If there are pure rahas within, such as Lena, all the profound teachings spoken by the Master are subtle and delightful. The wise messengers abide in the city of mind, joyfully expounding the palaces of the sun and moon, with great powers and transformations. Then they specialize in sincerity in the teachings. When they travel through the city of thoughts, it should be understood that the wise messengers joyfully expound the great form of Vairocana, silently, with great powers. Then they specialize in completeness in the teachings. When they travel through the city of mind, it should be understood that the wise messengers joyfully expound the 5 luminous powers, manifesting great powers. Then they specialize in patience. When they travel through the city of intention, it should be understood that the wise messengers joyfully expound the messengers of the past, present, and future, manifesting great powers invisibly and effortlessly. Then they specialize in wisdom in the teachings. The wise ones should regard the Master as the embodiment of truth and know where the wise messengers reside. If there are pure Lena and virtuous qualities, the great powers of the luminous realm and the wisdom of completeness are present within. This is the accumulation of merit for the new person. So I'm going to end that section of the incomplete Sutra of Manichaeism here because it is a long piece and I don't want to be reading for 40 minutes, with all due respect to the texts. If you have any questions regarding the Manichaean scriptures, if you wish to convert, or are simply interested in the Ekklesia of Light, feel free to contact us. May the Father bless you. Amen.